This is my girlfriend. Oh! Who insists on cuddles every time I come in. She's got a weak immune system, so she keeps getting bad skin disease. So nobody wants to adopt her, but that's okay, we like her. Come on, guys! Because the plan was to build more kennels down here. But the landlady then said, oh, I need you to move soon. So we didn't want to invest any money in building, but we still kept doing the rescues. And it just got more and more. So there's like 40 something dogs in that little group. But really, we should only have maybe 10. The new place is going to have 16 kennels. We're going to get down to 150 dogs. So it'll be 15 kennels with 10 dogs in each and one spare kennel. We're going to have one kennel just of big dogs. And the reason is, often we get a troublemaker. And you put the troublemaker in with the big dogs, and it really changes them. Especially if you've got a very dominant dog. And there's a Tibetan Mastiff in there. She's lovely. She's a really good dog. But she doesn't take any crap from anybody. She's a Great Dane mix.
Seems pretty friendly.
Yeah, that's Cola. Oh, she's super friendly. And we've got a couple of big ones in the house, but one of them looks like we've got him adopted. Someone came yesterday, wanted a big dog, doesn't like female dogs, wants a male dog, and it's great for us because he's our troublemaker. In Taiwan, when you buy farmland, you can't build anything for 2 years. It's to prevent developers, just taking over all the farmland. So when we first move in, we're just going to build kennels like this with the roof on, but we can do that. We can do some nice wood wall, whatever. And then, after 2 years when we get permission to build, then we build kennels, like brick kennels, on the back of them. So now they've got a room to be in when there's typhoons and really shitty weather. And we've got a stone room to be locked away. I just can't wait. There's Rue in there, and we rescued Rue. The video of Rue is just amazing. She somehow severely damaged both her rear hocks, the ligaments. There's cuts to it, looks like snares, but on both legs. And to get around, she used to lean forward, lift her legs up, and just run around on her front two legs. It was just, we see dogs with their legs amputated doing that, but not with the legs still on. It was just incredible. And she was doing that so she could get around and get food, but she was still very skinny, very aggressive. She's bitten me more than all the other dogs put together. She just hated me, and she lost an eye. She was just a real mess. But now, she's beautiful. We managed to heal one of the legs. She lost the other one. And she gets around, she's happy and healthy. And if we get on a leash, she doesn't like it when you try and get on the leash, but once she's on the leash, you can pick her up, hug her, take her for walks. That's the most fulfilling for us. People see the health changes, like we get a lot of skin disease dogs or dogs with a trap on their foot. So seeing them recover, it's obvious and people love it. But we get to see the emotional recovery, when they come in just terrified of people and just scared of everything and anything that's happening. And then we turn them into these just dogs who are happy. Mostly happy. They'll still be a bit assertive with you, but watching them develop from that into happiness is the most fulfilling. This is Moppy. How are you? You can go up there. Go on. She was born like that. So we're going to have one of the kennels is going to be for crippled dogs, and it's just going to be grass. We're going to buy the lawn so that these guys with the no legs and whatever, they can have a pretty nice life outside. volunteers. Lisa just came from Taichung to help us out today. Our crazy dogs that are being quite good today. Our messy pig pen. So it used to be one big pen. Oh my God, what have they done today? What have you done to your house? We have to separate them because they fight a lot. So when we get the new place, they'll have a pig garden. They'll come and find you and they'll just nudge you and ask you for a massage, and you rub their ear and they'll roll over and give you their tummy. And, I'm sure they can fetch. You can teach them how to do tricks and things.
Where are most of these from?
The pigs?
Yeah.
Most of them are from the dog shelters.
Mm-hmm. So they're pets, so like ex-pets?
Yeah. And people don't realise they're going to be difficult to look after in the future. You know, some pigs can get along okay in an apartment, but generally they don't, because they need to be furrowing, they need to be like digging in mud, they need to be outside in nature, eating roots. She was living in a cage no bigger than her, seriously no bigger than her, and fed on rice, cake and pork. She came here and she was drinking a lot, because now suddenly she's got water that she's allowed to have as much as she wants. But what happens is when they eat salty food, they get sodium poisoning or something like that. It's too much salt. And now suddenly she's drinking to make up for all this sodium that she's been getting, and it damages the brain. So she became brain dead. And she collapsed, 170 kilograms. There was just me and a volunteer here trying to drag her up to the car. And we were trying everything. We were making like wooden, what would you call it, like stretchers, but having to like drag just one end of it. And it was just horrific. And we took around all these vets, and then we learned that the vets in Taipei don't understand pigs. They'll do the surgery for things, but they don't understand pig diseases. And the closest was Taichung, the university. So we took her down there, 80,000 NT, and then they said you should put her to sleep. And then when we were trying to get her out of the cage, the pig people, there's a group of people that love pigs, but they love them like toys, like dolls. You know, they have them in their house, and they have comfy beds, and they'll put clothes on them and things like that. They don't like that we've got a muddy environment for the pigs. And they didn't want her to come here. They said we should just get her a bigger cage or something, which for us is just insane. They're going to be the first thing we do. The new place, we'll just build, it'll just be a fence. Pig garden, move them in. That'll be the first thing we do. It'll feel so good. But yeah, the vet said, oh, well, it was 80,000 NT, and she's never going to stand up again. She's never going to feed herself. She's going to be a vegetable. We should put her to sleep. Right, well, we've spent 80,000 NT. We'll give it a try, I think. And she slowly started regaining her strength and her mobility, and her brain started improving. And now she does great. And when we first let her out in here, the other pigs that used to bully her charged her. She turned around and she stood her ground, charged them back. As before, she was just this, the chubby kid in the corner getting picked on, but now she fights back. So, yeah, you'll see her later. We'll let them all out. They can't fly. None of these guys can fly. But the new place will have a big place for them. So even if they can't fly, they'll have all these shelves and things going all around, so they can still have a pretty active little life, So these are all rescued stray rabbits. Yeah, he's the lionhead she was rescued from Zhongshan East Road. They were wild babies, but they were orphaned, and so Vivian had to hand rear them. They're getting milk every 2 hours, so they're not totally wild, but if you grab them, they'll bite you. They like to see how we taste. And every month or so, we get them out, and we go in there and we take everything out, clean up all the floor, and rearrange all the toys, and we get new branches and put them in there. They get seeds and nuts, fruits and vegetables. They do pretty well. I had no idea it was getting this out. Build a path of sorts. But the friendliest one is Alfie. He's the big friendly guy. He'll definitely come and say hello to you. Just can't wait to get him in a pig guard. This is the most frustrating thing for us, and people are saying you could just stay, There's a law in Taiwan that as long as you're paying rent, they can't kick you off. But I'm like, I'm not going to do that. One, they've been pretty okay with us, but two, we want to get out of here. We want to start building this really beautiful sanctuary. I don't want to keep just trying to make do with what we've got. We need to start investing in construction. So we're just desperate to move now. Hopefully very soon.